Let's talk about the future of Elite Dangerous and especially the future of the Thargoid invasion. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. Today's video is going to be a little different. I'm going to speculate a lot about what I think will happen in the future regarding both the Thargoid attacks, but also a little bit on Elite Dangerous in a more general term. So again, remember that everything in this video is just my thoughts, my speculations on what I think will happen in the future. And if you don't agree, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know what you guys think. So, what I want to talk about is, of course, the progression of the Thargoid invasion, just to get you guys up to speed. At the time of this recording, the stations, the two of the Aegis research stations has been attacked, and we're currently ferrying people out, trying to save as many as we can from the burning wreckage of the station. And we've just seen the newsletter that the Type 10 has been announced, and that it is confirmed by Frontier now that it is going to be a ship specialized towards hunting the Thargoids. More on that later. But also, what we've also seen lately is a new variant of the Thargoids called the Medusa variant, which is a variant with 6 hearts and has a Thargon swarm of 96 Thargons. Okay, so let's wind back a little bit. About just over 2 months ago, I think, we saw begin to see the first attacks, or the first encounters with the Cyclops variant, which had 4 hearts and 32 Thargons per swarm. Then, in medio November, we encountered the Basilisk version, which is this 5 hearts and 64 Thargons per swarm, so twice what we had before. And now we have the Medusa variant, which was, again, as I said, 6 hearts and 96 Thargons, so an increase again in another 32. So using this, we can actually begin to extrapolate, because if we look at the actual in-game model, the Thargoid ships has a total of 8 of these flower petals, or hearts, as they apparently are called. So that would suggest that there would be a ship with a maximum of 8 hearts at some point in the future of the game. And if we do the math, it actually fits out quite nicely. So what I would expect from, in terms of new variants, we're going to see 2 new variants over the next couple of months. Now here in the middle of December, again, we just got the Medusa variant. So I'm expecting that in the middle of January, in about a month, we're going to see a new variant with 7 hearts and 128 Thargons per swarm, which will then be a, threat level, what are we out to, 8, I think we're up to then. And then the threat level 9, that will then be the 8 heart version with 160 Thargons per swarm, which we're going to see in the middle of February. If we're going to follow the same pace of development, in this at least. So, that being said, of course, every time, the first time we got the encounter, we had really nothing to battle them with. Then we got all the medium weapons over the next month, and then suddenly we saw a new Thargoid, and after that we got some large weapons. And now that we have the 6 heart version, the Medusa variant, we suddenly got a new ship that's apparently designed towards fighting these Thargoids. And it makes sense, because the Basilisk variant, the 5 heart variant, is already a very difficult ship to fight, and you need a group of wing of people. I think people at one time have managed to take it down solo, but it is extremely difficult. It requires you to be a very skilled pilot and a very well engineered ship. And so I would definitely expect that when we begin to see more and more people taking on the new Medusa variant, that they're going to be very, very difficult to take down. And I would expect it to suddenly be doable if we actually get the Type 10. So that's hopefully some of the tools we'll need to begin to fight some of these bigger and better Thargoids. But we still, of course, have room to increase the weapon size. We could get huge weapons which would probably be something I would expect to see coming later on with the new Thargoids. But also, I think when we're beginning to move up from the Medusa variant to the 7-hearted and 8-hearted version, I'm pretty sure that at this point we're going to begin to see so much incoming damage from at least the Thargon swarm that we will have to have some kind of native armor or shield that has some resistance towards the caustic damage from the Thargoids, or at least some kind of special resistance, some kind of special modules that's going to help us defend ourselves against the incoming damage from the Thargoids. So that's something I would probably expect to see coming out together with the two new variants in January and February. But again, this is all just speculations. But going back to the beta patch, we did see some hull armor upgrades which had caustic resistance. So I'm pretty sure this is something Frontier is working on. At that, we're gonna get some armor that's going to help us defend ourselves against some of the incoming damage. And this, of course, all ties in very, very well with the whole future expansion that we saw on the Expo, that is said there's going to be a Q1 update. So in the first quarter of 2018, they're going to launch the first update on the Elite Dangerous Beyond series of updates. So it makes sense, right? That we now have something new in January, something new in February, and then somewhere in March or April, we're going to see the Q1 update for the Beyond series, and then we're into the new series. And what happens from there on, I have absolutely no idea, but we'll have to wait and see once we get closer. So it looks like I'm pretty sure that's the time scale that Frontier is working with here. So getting something out all the way up to at least very close to the update of the Beyond series. So that's my predictions on what's going to happen over the next couple of months, at least in terms of the Thargoid attacks. And again, only time can show if I'm right or not. I've done these speculations before where I was completely incorrect, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. And again, please let me know in the description, in the comment section down below, what you think. Am I completely off here, or do you think I'm onto something? I hope you found the video interesting. If you did, give a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support the channel more directly, there's a link to Patreon where you can go and sign up and help the channel grow and help me make better and better looking content for you guys. And until next time, I'll see you guys in space.